Hello everyone and welcome to the ABC Lego minifigure challenge. Today I'm going to be building 26 minifigures. Yes, I know that's a lot, but I'm sure we'll get through them really quickly. So my granddad is going to be giving me a letter, a word for each letter of the alphabet, and I have to try and make a minifigure for that letter. As you can see, I've got a lot of parts here, but on letter A, the word he's given me is arm. Let's build a minifigure with like the concept of arm. So our first minifigure is built, and it's A for arm. So I've gone with a like metal arm. She's kind of like this superhero, maybe a villain, and her arms can stretch out. And I also gave this over gigantic pal. So I'm not entirely happy with this minifigure, but just for the fun creative side, I do like it. Now the next minifigure might be even harder. For B, we've got ball. Here is our B word, ball. And as you can see, I've done this like pumpkin farmer because pumpkins are balls. But I also use comic book guy's head because that is in fact the shape of a ball pretty much. And now for C, we've got car, which I think is going to be super easy. So for letter C, it was car. And I decided to make this car race driver. And yes, I know he's got scuba diver kit, but you don't have to be exact. So yeah, he's got this trophy, and I really like this minifigure. But the next minifigure is D, and D stands for door. And I have quite a funny idea for this one. And this is the D word, door. And you might be wondering, how does this have to do with a door? Well, it's actually an influencer as walk bag straight into a door. So, and as you can see, he's super embarrassed. And you might wonder, well, what's that? That is in fact his phone. Because I couldn't actually find the phone piece, so instead we're improvising using the jumper plate. And the next letter, E, we've got excellent. So for our excellent minifigure, I've gone with a police officer because they always turn out pretty excellent. And I would say he is probably pretty excellent. A super cool minifigure. Like, I totally see this guy popping up in a Lego set. You know, just add him into a Lego set. Yep, looks good. But yeah, and for F, we've got foot. So we've had arm, and now we've got foot. So for F, we've had feet, and I decided to make a clown, because look, clowns are notorious for having big feet. So yeah, I decided to make a girl. We hadn't had a girl for a while, and I think this is a super cool minifigure, and a super cool part you should. Now, for G, we've got garage. So for garage, I made this like mechanic person. Closely mechanics work in garages. And I've given him a brush because he's sweeping the shop floor. And for H, I've got hut. So that I have quite an interesting idea for that. So for H, we had hut. And you might be thinking, okay, how does that relate to a hut? Well, it's actually, first idea was, if you've read Mr. Stink, you'll understand this idea a lot better. But in that book, Mr. Stink lives for quite a bit of the book in a hut. So I've made my very own Mr. Stink off memory, which is why he has a cup of tea, because he's always getting cups of tea. Now next, we've got island. So I decided to go with, well, obviously it's island. I decided to go with this like person who lives on an island. You might be wondering, why has he got a Santa hat? And that is because he's from Christmas Island. You know, that's a cool geography place. Now next, J, we've got jungle. For J, I've made this a wild animal. And it's, you know, for jungle, because who knows what type of creatures live in the jungle. So yeah, we've got this cool wild animal eating some sort of meat. The next letter is K, which I've been given kitchen. K, we've got kitchen. Chef, obviously I had to make a chef. I've obviously got a nice big cake, everything else. Yep, super nice big cake. So yeah, and then L, I've got ladder, which you think is going to be pretty hard, but I've got a super cool idea. So for ladder, I actually made two minifigures because he is effectively her ladder. He's like a human ladder. Just the positioning just doesn't look right, to be fair. It's super awkward, and I had to use this like gold piece to secure the minifigures. But I think that is super cool. We've got motor, so I guess another mechanic. And here is our mechanic for motor, but we could have also had a mechanic for Just don't think too hard into it. I made it a girl this time, you know. So now we've got 2 mechanics for that race driver. N, we've got Notice, which is, I think, the hardest one yet. Well, for N, we've kind of skipped over the whole minifigure part, and I've just done this. It's a notice board, and I think on it says like and subscribe, so go do that. So for O, we've got orange, so I'm going to go make an orange minifigure. And, yeah, does this count for N? Not really a minifigure, but it is the minifigure challenge. So I guess we're now only making 25 minifigures, because N don't really count. But we're going to move swiftly on past that, and if you do disagree, make sure you comment. So, we've got orange, and obviously it's a very orange minifigure, completely orange, got a life jacket on back to front as a backpack. The next player is pitch, as in football pitch, so I'm going to make a football player. So for pitch, I obviously made a football player, and I decided to make Lionel Messi because, well, he's one of the greatest. I made him really short, wearing an Inter Miami kit, and super angry. So the next one is Q, the letter Q, and we've got a Q. So for Q, we've got Q, and I've literally just done a queue of people, because that's what the word is, Q. So I have to put it on a separate birthday, I will be transferring it over. And the next one is R, roof. Now, R, we obviously had roof, but I made Santa, but Santa don't start with R, are you crazy? No, well, obviously Santa spends a lot of the time on a roof, so we made Santa. The next letter is S, and we've got slide. So obviously slide, I'd made a little kid, pretty simple, not really special about it. And then T, we've got travel. So for T, travel, I just did someone who's travelling to work. There's his bag, he's got his nice suit on. So yeah, and he's also whistling. And for U, we've got upside down. So this is the upside down minifigure, and you're thinking, he's not upside down. Well, that's because I made the minifigure upside down, like, yeah, I put my feet up, you know, kind of slid on my head, didn't really know where the parts were, and cobbled together this mess of a minifigure. The next one is Victim. Here is our victim, and as you can see, he is pretty much dead, fortunately. R.I.P. And the next one, W, we've got window. So here is the window, and obviously it's a window cleaner. And yeah, he's holding a comic, but I'm using the back of it as a cloth, and he's got some money. And the next letter is X, and we're making Xmas. So we already made Santa, so for Xmas I made Mrs. Claus, so now Santa's got a wife. Now, and I think this is a pretty cool minifigure. I don't know why this video's now got quite a few Christmas related things in, but yeah. The next minifigure is Y for yellow. And here is our yellow minifigure, you know, using Tweety Pie and Minecraft Dead and all that stuff. And finally, Z, we've got Zookeeper. So, here we've got another, well, Zookeeper, a final one. Pretty simple build, getting quite tired now because of this challenge. But let's see all the minifigures we've built. Here are all the minifigures, all 26, roughly. I say roughly because we've got 3 for Q, 2 for ladder and 1 for none for noticed, I guess. My favourite minifigure, I will be saying, has to be, good and quite boring choice, Mr. Excellent. My least favourite minifigure, I'm actually going to say, it's between this one, Arm, and Yellow. But I think Yellow just has that cuteness, so it's going to be Arm. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for another challenge. Bye.